Thank you everybody for tapping in for a video today that I wanted to put out about the seven deadly sins for Knights of the Apocalypse, specifically chapter 241, titled The Four Knights versus the Knights of the Holy Grail. So, where we're at in the story is leading up to the ultimate battle against who? Personally, I'm not sure yet, but the way I see it is it's just been an endless amount of battle after battle. I thought that the battle between the seven deadly sins and versus Kath was going to be the big fight. Obviously, we had some big reveals there. Well, with Arthur being alive and what Merlin's been up to, and then the whole thing with Escanor and Merlin, Gawain, that bunch. But focusing on the chapter at hand, we open up where we left off at, which is Lancelot versus his own son. Of course, they don't know that they're father and son yet, and right now it's this weird positioning because this is the four knights getting closer to their peaks, to their primes, and they're fighting essentially adult versions of their own children. Lancelot and his son are evenly matched, and they exchange some dialogue here to try to get a feel for who they really are. The four knights of the Grail, the Holy Grail, believe that the four knights of the Apocalypse are faking. Lancelot's asking like, you guys are you guys really from Camelot and Knights of Camelot? Camelot's destiny. What are we talking about? And his son replies, "We most definitely are. I assure you." And Lancelot's like, "Well, we're from Leonis." And they're like, "No, okay, like we're not getting anywhere. You're not from Leonis. You have to be fakes. There's no way. You look like younger versions of our parents." But they just come out and say, "These are our parents," I think that'd clear a lot of things up. Because obviously we know that, and there's been, last couple pages of one of these past chapters where we get an in-depth look at the four knights of the Apocalypse and their children. And moving on, we get the fight between Percival and his two children. He's got to fight two children. He's got one child with Nausians and one child with On. And the knight with On overpowers Percival. He's not taking the fight really seriously. He's kind of commending this person like, "Hey, like you're really good with rapier, and they're like, "Well, cool, but I have to put you down. You're a faker. You're dragging our parents' names through mud." Then we move on over to the fight with, sorry, excuse me, we're still on the fight with Percival, but then he gets a little blindsided here by his other son with Nausians with a move called Blackthorn Winter, which looks really, really, really cool. I'll try to see if I can get a panel up on it on the screen as I'm talking about it. And that seemingly puts an end to Percival, who seemed to not be trying as hard as he could be. Then we have Tristan, the fight with Tristan and his own son. And he uses a move called Anger Thrust, to which Percival, sorry, not Percival, Tristan is able to evade. But unlike Percival, Tristan's taking this fight a little bit more seriously, uses his falling star technique and challenges, he doesn't know, his own son to dodge, which he actually tanks it. And we wonder why before we find out that he did so to unleash his demon side. We get to see that his son has a little bit of a demon side and a little bit of a goddess side as well. And, I'll try to see if I can get some images of, what he's looking like too. But he's got wings as well, goddess wings. And it doesn't look like he can put his goddess wings away, much like the goddesses can, like Tristan can. And also, his wings are a lot smaller than Tristan's. On this panel here, Tristan's wings are a lot bigger, a lot wider, a lot more majestic looking, where as his son truly looks like the hybrid that he is. Anyways, his awakening he calls Black Awake, the demon blood within him, and he uses that to blitz Tristan and pierces him straight through the chest, which seemingly puts an end to him. Moving on to Gawain and her adopted daughter, which we know of, they exchange exterminate rays. Both don't land, and Gawain's like, okay, I'm going to try to end this with brute force if I can't end it with magic. So she kicks on her sunshine and unleashes a barrage of punches, and none of them land because her daughter hits her with a frozen grave magic dissipation technique, which simultaneously freezes her in place and prevents her from exerting any magic. It takes her magic and dissipates it so she can't unfreeze herself, puts an end to her. Then we come full circle back around to Lancelot watching, his three other, mates, and they're all been defeated by the Knights of the Holy Grail, and now it's up to Lancelot to essentially win this fight. So, and that's where we end off this chapter. Um, I truly believe that their kids are strong and they have some potential. Nazian's son with Percival looked pretty promising, and Lancelot's son is the most talented of the bunch, and I really like the awakening with Tristan's son. However, I truly believe that where they're at right now, they shouldn't have any problem overpowering, and we just let curiosity completely dictate where this fight was going to go for the Four Knights of the Apocalypse. Uh, I do see the Four Knights pulling this one out, and maybe Lancelot. It's not unlike Lancelot, I should say, to 1v4 and absolutely win this fight. But with his own son, he's going to have a handful. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this. Super informal, super not in depth, not using a lot of accurate wording, just going through of what I see on this chapter. I'll go through and do a full review of each character and how I kind of see their relationship with their parents and include names. I know I haven't been saying names, but this is also to only my second video getting out there. But for those of you who are viewing it, if you have any comments for me whatsoever, please put them out there. I'm always open for suggestions. This road's just beginning. Thank you. Appreciate your time.